All right, y'all, what's going on? What's going on? All right, so today I am doing the collab challenge that was between Soulful Eats and Deboe Vibes, and it's called Let Me See Your Grillz. Smile for me, Danny. Let me see your grill. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Even if you aren't, if you have subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we post a video. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know things I see us try, things I see us cook. Interact with us because we do like to hear from you. I'm going to say grace and get started. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food that we're about to receive for the nourishment of our bodies and health. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so I got y'all know I'm obsessed with this black bean burger. So I did a grilled cheese with the black bean burger. Like I tried to do like the whole Five Guys grilled cheeseburger. And then I know Angela said it for me because she had sent it to me on one of these social medias a minute ago to do a sloppy Joe grilled cheese. So that's what I did. Okay. And then I got this like cookie dough pop to drink that I got from Juggle Gym when me and Bob went. And then I also made this homemade tomato biscuit soup. I just feel like, well, Angela had the, tomato soup with her grilled cheese. And I just really wanted to make this. I probably didn't even really need it, but I'm going to dip my grilled cheese in it. But first, let's see. Ooh, you see it? You see it? Here, y'all go take a bite, okay? Mm. Mm. That's good. You want some? What's wrong, babe? Oh. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Soulful Eats and Deboe Vibes. Their videos will be linked in my description box. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Immediately, yes. I told myself I was gonna make the sloppy Joe grilled cheese the last time I made sloppy joes, because I like made a double portion to make the sloppy joe sliders that me and Gavin had, and then also to have some left over to do whatever I was going to do to make the sloppy joe grilled cheese. And I don't know why it never happened, but this is so good. And when I tell you, I just thought about Angela's like grilled cheese. Like you could hear the crunch on them. And I'm gonna dip it in here just because. What's wrong, bub? Why don't you go get your tablet and call him? That's really good, even with the biscuit, even though it's sloppy Joe meat in here too. This is bomb. Also, my bad, I got all the way up in here and I didn't tell y'all the rules of the challenge. So you have to, all you gotta do is make a unique grilled cheese. So not your average grilled cheese or whatever. You can do whatever you want, but just not like a regular just cheese and bread or whatever. Try try to get creative, you know what I'm saying? Then you gotta tell a cheesy story and tag 3 people. Easy. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. So weird. I'm gonna eat a little bit before I get my story, and also y'all just need to go and check them out because I love Deboe Vibe Store was absolutely freaking hilarious. So funny to me. Like I was sitting there dying laughing. And then I love what Angela was talking about because that's so real. I agree with what she said. Okay, I like to be the same way in a relationship. I got this Grippo's barbecue sauce that I got from Jungle Gems as well. I guess I didn't even show y'all everything that I got, but I guess y'all just gonna see it as I use it or open it. I didn't get a whole lot, but I did get one. Um, I'm trying to see if it smells like this. Okay. All right. It ain't expired. Well, let me try. Okay. I'm saying I had to confirm that it was still gonna have flavor because when I unthawed the mix, it was so much water in there. So I had to pour the water off, and I'm just like, oh, I hope that I'm not pouring off all the flavor, but it's still good. Mm. All right, so I gotta get into my cheesy story. Um, barbecue sauce, okay. It's okay. It got a little kick to it. But Grippo's definitely got a little kick to him. So I think I think it's that Grippo's, yeah. Yep. Originated in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. All right, so it's cookie dough bites flavor. Now I don't know if it's gonna be like them chips that I was eating after I eat more. It may taste like what it's supposed to, but right now it tastes like root beer to me. All right, so cheesy story. This was back when was I in high school? I think I was in high school and I was working at Denny's. And local area businesses would come and like order to go meals or whatever on their lunch and stuff like that. So the Denny's I worked at was a Dick's behind the Denny's. And this guy comes in and he, gets his to go, whatever, his to go order. I can't remember if I had ever seen him before then, but gets to go order. I don't know that he never necessarily said much of anything to me. He paid. And then he left. He calls back up there as soon as he get back to Dick's and asks if I was the person if I was the girl that was at the front or whatever. And I was like, yeah. And, he's like, oh, I just thought you were so pretty, whatever. Can I get your number? Or can I take you out? Something like that. And I'm like, okay, sure. He was cute too. And I think I'm sure I thought that he was cute when he was in there, but, I've seen a whole bunch of, well, quite a few people up and through there. So it was this. So anywho, we did end up going out on a date. We ended up dating or whatever for a while. I'm trying to figure out what we did on our first date though. I won't say we went to the movies. I think we went to the movie. And then we went to this other place that we like that you could walk around or whatever. It's like it was like a little waterfall area or whatever, but it was dark. Anywho, we dated. I can't remember why we like eventually stopped dating or whatever. But this might have been it, or I don't know. But it seemed like we kind of just grew apart. So I had went to New York with one of my friends and her mom on a shopping trip or whatever. And so I don't know if it was like a day trip or something like that. I think that one was like a day trip. So I didn't have a way or have a charger to charge my phone. So when we was on the bus or at certain times during the trip, I would just turn my phone off. That way, I could conserve my battery and stuff. So I had got a call while my phone was off, and when I turned my phone back on, I had a voicemail, and I feel like back in the day, this probably happened a lot where people forgot that you were still on the phone and you start carrying on a conversation, or it could have been purposeful. Purposeful, I don't know. He had a kid, but his kid, and I mean, naive me probably should have known, but I feel like it would be a red flag now, but his kid was less than a year old or whatever at the time. And granted, there could be situations where, hey, it just so happened that you didn't get knocked up or whatever. But y'all ain't, what I'm saying, ain't no relationship. It could be like that. But I don't know. This clearly was not the case. So his child's mom was the one who called me. Mm. And must have either forgot or it could have been purposeful that that hadn't hung up the call or whatever. It was her and her friend. They had called me on three-way or whatever. So they forget that they're on my voicemail. And she's just like, I can't believe such and such would do this to me or whatever, like. I loved him or something like that. I don't know. Just, what I'm saying? Just, expressing how this was traumatic for her to find out that he was, talking to another person or whatever. And I actually don't remember if I even like said anything to him or if I just stopped talking to him or whatever. But, yeah, I was just like, dang, that's crazy. And we dated for like for some months. It probably wasn't a whole year, but like we had dated for a good little minute. I definitely feel like we dated for over 6 months. But as I always like to say, men make a good use of a 24-hour day. Hey, no shade, no tea, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? None to those who are, are upstanding gentlemen and faithful and everything like that. But I have known some folks definitely, yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I firsthand experience in a multitude of different situations or whatever, or that's, just knowing people or whatever, of like people who make a good use, men who make a good use of a 24-hour day. Okay. So, I was like, dang, how I mean, it was just amazing how he kept it, you know, we were separate or whatever. Like you know, we spent a lot of time together, talked all the time or whatever. Like, I've been to his house. He lived with family or whatever, but mm, so I don't know if that's a cheesy story or not, but I don't know. I took that as me just, you know, spilling some tea about something that I had experienced or whatever. That just, I mean, it's just wild, man. Like, for real. You live a whole double life, my guy. But yeah, I'm sad I can't really remember. Well, not sad really, but I really can't remember like if I confronted him about it or asked him about it or what. Mm. Oh, I got gnats in here. I don't know where they from. It's getting on my nerves. I don't even know where they from. Um, mm, it's so good. Mm, 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 mm. The bubby in there watching Spider-Man. So if y'all hear that, I don't know why I didn't bring the spoon over here, but this is just so good. Oh, but I could definitely mm, use this recipe to make like some lobster bisque. Oh, and before I forget, because sorry, I meant to say this in the beginning, but definitely echoing Soulful Eats sentiment and that we're congratulating Deboe Vibes because he finished his last chemo treatment. And that's awesome, big, huge accomplishment, you know what I'm saying? Like, so congrats to you, my guy. So happy that you are, you know, out of that phase or whatever and stuff like that, and you're doing well and stuff. So beautiful. Mm, 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 mm. Beautiful. I ain't never been a grilled cheese and tomato soup person, or more so, I just it was nothing that was ever like truly enticing for me to try. But if the tomato soup hit like this, I totally would do it. I did make a cooking video on the tomato soup, so y'all will see that as a short in the near future. But I got the recipe off where? TikTok. Actually, Keith Lee had saw this girl, this lady who made, she called it her $15,000 grilled cheese. Did she call her tomato bisque recipe or maybe her grilled cheese? I don't know, but she won a contest, or maybe it was on a cooking show or something like that, and won. That was her like winning recipe or whatever. So he made it, and he was like, "Man, it's good. And it actually really is good. It's really good. That dang on sloppy Joe grilled cheese is insane. I like that bread that I use. It's like like a whole grain, like however many seed bread or whatever that I saw in the deli section. It was good because I was gonna get like a loaf or whatever to use, but I was like, man, I'm supposed to cut this if I get it, because it like the loaves weren't like the height wasn't there for me. I wanted like a wide, I don't know, like height wise, wanted a height, a nice height on the bread or whatever. And it was like a pre-sliced loaf, but it was what I was looking for without getting like a regular loaf of bread. Like I wanted something different and cute. You feel me? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I told myself I was gonna put some bacon on this, but I totally forgot. I got distracted while I was cooking. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, but going back to my story, I thought that was really cute though. You know, that he called back up there. Like, I mean, it could have came back in there, but I can't remember if he was nervous or not, and that's why he ended up calling. But like, you know, what if I wasn't there? What if they didn't know who the heck he was talking about or whatever? And I also didn't know that that was why he was calling. Obviously, like I thought maybe he was calling maybe because something was wrong with his order or something like that. But nope. Homie was trying to talk to me. And this ain't a cheesy story or anything. It has nothing to do with anything. But I was on Facebook the other day and I saw this girl who I used to go to high school with. And I didn't know that this was her relative, but she posted a picture of her older brother who passed away like 20 some years ago, like a minute ago. Like literally like 21 years ago. And I recognized him immediately. Like he was somebody that like him and his brother, were they twins? I think they were twins. They just like this one summer, I think they had family that lived in our neighborhood, so they would just come to the neighborhood all the time. Like, and his name was Mike, and he was so funny, man. He was so funny. He was so cool, and I had the biggest crush on him. Like, and he liked me too. Like I don't know, we just like, you know, he would come over and stuff like that when he would come to the neighborhood and stuff. This was like summer 2002. I really truly believe, because I think I think my great grandmother and him passed away in the same summer. Um, but yeah, like he was just I don't even know why, but I just thought he was the funniest dude. Like he had these really funny sayings, and maybe people always, or people say it a lot now, but back then he would always say something like, or he would say that man. Like I think in his obituary they said Mike that man, whatever his last name is, or like they mentioned that in the obituary. Let me just say that because let me not misquote, but they mentioned that in the obituary. But that's because that's what he said all the time or whatever. But he had passed away in a paddle boating accident. He drowned. And man, my little heart was broke, okay? Because I really liked him. I mean, obviously, I know that his family's heart was broken more than mine because that was his fam or whatnot. Oh, sorry, something on my phone, man. I thought it was something on my wall. But he was just so cool, man. Like, I don't know. He was just so cute. I don't even know. I just really liked him. And my friends, like, they all knew that I really liked him and stuff like that. And I remember when they came and told me that he had passed away or whatever, because we had literally just saw him the day before. But obviously, you know, things happen, accidents happen, and you know, you could see somebody, they be gone tomorrow, man. So, you know, my friends came running. They was like, you know, well, they call me, my friends back then called me by my middle name, but you know, they're like, me, you know, Mike passed away. I'm like, y'all lying. I'm thinking they lying, like playing with me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Which is a really cruel joke, right? But, yeah, I thought they was playing, but no, they was dead serious, and I cried. I was so sad. We all went to the funeral. Um. Man, it was just so sad. And I also felt bad for his brother, man, like, because I feel like they were really close. They were twins. So, um, yeah, like, and then, um, and I don't want to say that this was the reason, because maybe not or whatever, but I just feel like his twin, like, I mean, still, you know, carrying on his brother's legacy or whatever, but I think, like, he kind of turned to the streets or whatever. Um, After that, like, I don't really feel like I remember remember seeing them hustling or whatever. Like, they were just, you know, normal teenagers. We all was just hanging out, chilling, kicking it. I mean, of course they did hang out with the neighborhood dudes and stuff like that, but I don't remember seeing them like hustling and stuff. But then, you know, shortly after his brother passed, the other twin Mario, started hustling or whatever, and got in that life, man. So yeah, and he been, like, I forget how long, but he been locked up for a little bit. But I'm glad that he is getting. His sister said that he's gonna be coming home next year, which is good. Because I mean, shoot, I wonder how long it's been. It has to have been upwards of like 10 years or whatever. He's been in there for a minute. But I'm glad that he getting out, because when he first went in, it was like it was a life thing. Like, he wasn't, like, it wasn't no chance that he was gonna get out. But I'm glad that he getting out or whatever. And he's super smart, man. He's so smart. Every now and then I would get a chance to talk to him and stuff like that. Yeah, so, and you know, me and my sister, like, we did, like, she liked him, or he really liked my sister. And then, you know, I liked his brother or whatever. I mean, they liked each other, but like, he will always ask about her or whatever if he seen me and didn't see her or whatever. Or like, even when like, after like years passed or whatever, like, if I would talk to him randomly, like, he would, you know, ask me how she was and stuff like that. But yeah, he just super smart, like, you know, just, yeah, I also think that, like, he, you know, went to school, got some education while he been in there and stuff like that. So yeah, really excited for him to, you know, for him to be home and stuff. He got married to a chick that lived in our neighborhood and stuff like that. So I know she'll be happy to, you know, have him home and stuff like that. But yeah, R.I.P. to that man. I think I bet there's a journal around here from when I was younger, and I know I wrote about it in there. And I know I say R.I.P. to that man too. Like, I was just like, y'all don't I mean, that was like, I mean, it wasn't the first time, like, you know, maybe it was maybe the first time I, like, lost somebody, like, you know, somebody that we were in. It wasn't even like we had just met him that summer or whatever. I won't say that it was like we had known him for a long time, but I think also too I had developed some, you know, little feelings for him or whatever. So I mean, he was like, hey, that was my crush. So I don't know. It was just kind of sad. But anywho, I have held y'all long enough. Please, please, please be sure to go and check out Soulful Eats and Deboe Vibes. Check out their videos. Again, they will be in my description box. This is the Let Me See Ya Grillz challenge. So you just have to make, and you don't have to make more than one. You can just, now both of them did make more than one, but you don't have to. I know I did, but that's because I knew I wanted two different things or whatever. And obviously the tomato soup is not required. And obviously, you know, tag them in your challenge. Tag 3 people, which I'll just tag them in my description box because I can't think of any. Well, I mean, I probably could, but I'll tag who I'm gonna challenge in the description box, so y'all be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I think that's it. And like I said, the challenge is you just have to create some unique grilled cheese, not your normal grilled cheese, okay, and tell a cheesy story. And yeah. So on that note, I'm a peace up out of here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook. Interact with us because we do like to hear from you. And subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we post a video. And we'll see you in the next one.